Well, good afternoon and welcome to another episode of The Fireplace Show. The Fireplace Show is brought to you by CVC Success Group. And the purpose of The Fireplace Show, the mission is to share with consumers across America what the chimney, venting, hearth industries does for them. What does the fireplace do? How do you service? How do you take care of it? So what we do each and every week is we try to find a subject matter expert to bring on here. And this week is no different. So I want you to hang around with me. We're going to have our guest on here in just a minute. I'll introduce him when he comes on and get him to tell you a little bit about himself. So stick around with us. We'll be right back. Well, welcome back, and I want to welcome my guest this week. His name is Tom Hunkel, and Tom has recently been elected the president of the National Chimney Sweep Guild. And I want Tom to tell you a little bit about what the National Chimney Sweep Guild does, what its mission is, and why you as a consumer should be looking for a member of the National Chimney Sweep Guild to service your fireplace. Because I believe the role of the National Chimney Sweep Guild is they represent those people that service America's fireplaces, chimneys, and venting systems. So Tom, I want to welcome you to the show. How you doing, brother?
Good. Thank you, Jerry. Thanks for having me. Thanks for your nice introduction.
You're very welcome, my friend. So let's start out a little bit. You haven't always been a chimney sweep, even though you are, and you're located in Des Moines, Iowa at this point. So Tom, tell us about a little bit about yourself before you got into this wonderful world of the chimney service industry.
Well, I'm a 25-year retiree from the United States Army. I served our country. I traveled the world, traveled many states, and just kind of ended up here in Iowa. Was my last assignment. Worked in the federal building here and had 5 kids and beautiful wife, and decided not to traipse her around anymore. And we bought our house, and we decided to stay here in Des Moines, Iowa. I became a certified chimney sweep back in 2002, and I have been in the chimney business ever since. Like you said, I am the president of the National Chimney Sweep Guild. I did take the reins recently, and our organization is making a lot of changes and a lot of things for the future.
Well, that's great. And you look on there, Tom, I hope that don't insult you, but Julie's Dent said, hi, Tom and Jerry. So, Tom Urban and I went by that for a number of years as we taught seminars. So, hey, you're part of the Tom and Jerry show today.
Oh, there you go. Well, come to find out, Tom doesn't live very far from me, and I always go to Tom's house for equipment repairs and things like that, and I get myself an eggplant sandwich down in his neck of the woods. It reminds me of New York. Because I'm originally a New Yorker. I'm from Long Island, was raised there, and made that jump into the military from my home in New York.
That's great. And, I've been out there. Actually, I visited with you before, Tom, some years ago, and actually went over and spent a little time over in Fairfield with our friend Tom Urban, myself there, and seeing where those ChimScan cameras come from. So, Tom, let's start out here. Why don't we tell our listeners, what is the National Chimney Sweep Guild? What's the mission? You say you represent America's chimney service companies. So let's tell them a little bit about the role and what the National Chimney Sweep Guild does.
The National Chimney Sweep Guild is an overall governing body for our members. We are elected by our members. We are members. And we work with different companies throughout the United States, supporting them with lobbying, legislation, working with legislators to try to keep things upmost in the minds of our members, which is the business owners. We're also working towards getting people certified. That's another one of our extensions of the National Chimney Sweep Guild, is to get them certified and get those people that come into our customers' homes having the ability and the knowledge and the skills to provide the service that is unmatched in the industry. that's the biggest thing that the NCSG is working towards. Not only helping businesses build themselves, but also now having people gain the skills they need to become certified chimney professionals.
And Tom, I actually served in that seat for quite a few years, as you're aware of. It's a really high honor to be there. So let me ask you this. This is a time commitment on your part, and I don't believe, unless they've changed, that you get a salary for serving in this position, and you don't get to charge by the hour. This is all volunteer. So, Tom, why do you volunteer your time like this out there in the heartland of America in Iowa to do what you do? What's the driving force to be president of the National Chimney Sweep Guild?
When the opportunity came to serve on the board of directors, I wholeheartedly accepted that challenge to serve those members. Now, service is not anything new for my family, for my children, or for myself. I actually am a Catholic deacon. I serve a community, a parish of 2,000 members. So service to others is just something that has just been something that always came natural to me. Serving in this role is, as you say, a very high honor, and just the ability to give back is something that'll always be remembered. And I often tell people, they say, what do you want your legacy to be? I mean, even so early in a presidency, I say, all I hope for is that where I serve and how I serve will make a better industry, will make this organization last for another 40 years, since we got established in 1977.
Okay. And I think if you look there, we got some people watching and offering comments here, Tom. One of them's James Owens, who's right here close to me, Randy Biswell, Julie Denton. I want you to see what Randy just posted there. Tom rocks. He's taken the NCSG to new heights and what has been a very challenging time. Does that kind of give you shivers when she says that, Tom?
Yeah, absolutely. And Brandy has a tremendous amount of skills and knowledge. She serves on several of our committees, and people like Brandy and other members that volunteer their time, those are the people that are going to make a difference in this industry. They're going to make a difference in those people that come to the consumer's household, because we just recently had an expo event, a Chimney Expo. It was our first event since COVID. It was our first live event where everybody came together, and the training and the opportunities and the networking is something that you can't do over Zoom all the time. We all learn that. What we learned is that personal touch, that interconnection, that conversation that two people have sitting on the side and just talking is what's going to change this whole industry. And we want to be the impetus to help that happen.
Yeah. And I was really honored, Tom, because I was one of the speakers there. And I actually detailed one of my books, Step Up to Success, which was hiring processes and recruiting processes and onboarding and training processes of taking new hires, and gave some ideas on how to find these new hires and take them all the way through and turn them into rock stars. But it was really, like I said, that was my first opportunity in well over a year to actually be in front of a room full of people like that. I'd spoken to smaller groups, but actually, Tom, I was kind of worried going in, like, it's been so long, am I out of practice doing this? So, hey, I hope I did okay for you guys when I was there. But it was things, and you mentioned Brandy, and Brandy was there, and Brandy is probably the premier expert in office systems in our industry. That's why she's on our team here at CVC. The value that she brings to the table is unreal, and the people that sit through one. So what kind of seminars did you guys present there at the Chimney Expo, which was in Valley Forge, Pennsylvania, last Thursday, Friday, and Saturday? What were some of the subject matters? Because I think this is what people need to know. The members of the National Chimney Sweep Guild are highly encouraged to get training, and that's one of the roles of, I'm going to call it the new NCSG with y'all's new role. So, what were some of the subject matters that were discussed in Valley Forge at the Chimney Expo?
So there was a myriad of topics, from everything from chimney shrouds, chimney covers, chase covers, inspections. You provided a class on onboarding a new hire, and th- we had we had so much. And when I was jotting from class to class as the president, um, I didn't catch all aspects of it, and I didn't get a chance to sit in every class. But the opportunities that were presented, um, you could just see people were in. We had Jim Brewer doing fall protection. I mean, we had a myriad of classes that people you they were filled to capacity. There was not an empty space in the house, and that just goes to show what an NCSG or a CCP member is engaged in to make themselves more successful. We had over 140 some odd members take the exam and become certified chimney professionals. We had over 40 members take the certified chimney relining certification and become certified chimney reliners. And in today's market, we see that technicians have to have the skills, have to have the knowledge, because the consumer is expecting them to come to the house having the ability to answer those tough questions like, how does my chimney drawer, how does my chimney work? Or something simple like, how does my damper open? So that's what we were doing at this week's expo.
Right. And and I've been training in this industry. I've been in it over 40 years, Tom, now. And as I look at it, this is one of the challenges that many consumers don't understand. But the vast majority of chimneys across America, whether they're built out of brick, out of stone, factory built, has what we call a chase with vinyl siding on the side of it or whatever, there's a lot of problems out there. So what you've got to do is you've got to have someone that can come out that can diagnose these problems and offer solutions. Do you feel pretty confident in the membership of the National Chimney Sweep Guild to fulfill this mission for American consumers?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. The faces I seen in those classrooms were dedicated. They're dedicated to improving themselves. They're dedicated to improving the industry. And I hate to say I'm old. That's a tough thing to say when you are old, but I am old. Okay. So I'm 62. I hope I look a lot younger, but I am 62. And there's going to be the next generation that we're trying to inspire now as they come up the ranks, just like I did. I can still remember the day I volunteered to serve on the board years and years ago. And it was just not my time until they came and they said, "Hey, are you ready?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm ready." And actually, it was Jay Walker. He gave me about an hour to make the decision. He said, "Okay, Tom, you ready?" And I said, "Well, let me think about it." He goes, "Well, you got an hour. Let's go." And it was the best thing and most humble thing that happened to me. And I'll always be appreciative to him for making that offer.
Right. So right now, I'm going to call it the new National Chimney Sweep Guild. You guys are going through a lot of changes. There's going to be some rebranding involved and other things going on. So can you kind of share with our listeners what's coming down the pike for the National Chimney Sweep Guild? Why do the members of the National Chimney Sweep Guild need to be looking so much forward to these new changes that you're going to be making in this organization?
Well, with the NCSG made the acquisition of certified chimney professionals as part of our organization, and with that acquisition, it allowed us to return back to the original roots of the NCSG, education as a part of that foundation. Not only education for the business owner, but education for the technician. And we're going to continue the initial exam. While it is initial, we're working on developing a more comprehensive opportunity for people to get more skills with that entry-level exam. And that entry-level exam is a good starting point for new technicians out in the field. We're developing new business programs. Currently, we have hands-on training offered now. It's going to be offered across the country. We have over the expo, we had a number of volunteers saying, I want to participate, and I want to give to the industry. So let's hold a hot event. And what that means is that technicians are given the chance to get their hands on the product in the home, in a location where the homeowner is gracious enough to let us in, first of all. And sometimes it's tough if you show up to somebody's house and you got 13 guys standing behind you going, listen, we'd like to install something. Do you mind if we get these guys into your house? We're finding that the people that are volunteering have a good rapport with their customers, and bringing 13 guys in to install a new fireplace and chimney system is a win for everybody. They get to get their hands on it, and they actually take that skill. They walk out that door, they get to their own business, or they get to their own company that they work for, and they immediately have a return on their investment. And really, it's all we ask them to do is get to the location of the hot. We'll take care of the rest of it. So we've got a lot happening, a lot of you said once a long time ago that lean was the way to run an organization. Well, the National Chimney Sweep is now lean. The Guild is lean. We know where we're going, how we're going to get there. We've got a myriad of opportunities for our organization to grow. We've got a team of specialists behind us to help manage the organization. Because we are a volunteer organization, we have to have those people that can run the business, run the organization, keep the things. And we have an outstanding executive director. We've got a great marketing team now. We've got a great educational team now. We've got just a great accounting team. We are just in a good place to be where we are for this organization to move forward and to benefit our members more than we have in the past.
Yep. Now, another thing, Tom, you talked about the hands-on training, but I believe that the NCSG, the National Chimney Sweep Guild, has also recognized the value of online training and how everybody can't get to a class. So y'all have actually formed a partnership here with us at CVC Success Group. So you guys recognize how online training can also be a great complement to your HOTS training. Would that be true?
That's absolutely true. And I'd like to speak to that just briefly, in that packing a technician up and sending them away for a week of training is expensive. We all know it costs $20,000 roughly, and I got that from your class, Jerry, to get a new hire up to speed and in a truck. And if we can make that more cost effective for the business owner, you give on one of your live platforms that you have on a weekly basis, you give 4 hours of training in a 16-hour program. Right. And it allows those people to be ready to take the exam when they're done. But that 4 hours they can do in a business, in a business environment, at the company store or at the company warehouse. They can take that 4 class, then get in a truck and go out and physically do the job. And that's where the most skill comes in. You'd like to say you can learn everything in a classroom, but you can't. You have to be able to have a cohesive training opportunity, whereas you can sit, learn, go out, work. That's a productive employee. That's a return on your investment that is less than sending somebody away for a week. Yes, they may not get to see everything right away, but if they can get the basic knowledge and basic skills and then understand how they relate in the field and how to treat a customer and how to recognize, defects and things like that, that's where this platform is going to be invaluable to people as they move forward. Because again, they can save. It's not only saving money, it's better control. Many of our businesses are manned or owned by people with the best knowledge, best skills. They've been certified for years and years and years, and they know what they expect of their technician. You can send somebody away for training, you still bring them back, and they still have to meet your expectations for how to do the job. And isn't it easier if you can get them class 4 hours and then continue to build in the company culture, how to make them successful for your business and keep them as a long-term employee?
Right. And I think one of the things about the New Guild was when y'all were launching and starting your educational program, you approached us and said, hey, what can we do to get your program out to our membership? So what we did is we worked a relationship out with you. And now, if I'm correct, and you can verify this, that the National Chimney Sweep Guild will now give each and every member a 30-day free use of our online platform for their company. And to do that, all they've got to do is send an email to office@ncsg.org and make that happen. And would that be, am I right on what I got there?
And they were calling you already.
Yeah, right? That's one of the things you got to do when you do this. You're supposed to cut your phone on vibrate. Sorry about that, Tom.
No. That's a good thing, because absolutely, they just need to reach out. They need to take advantage of the program. It's there. Some people say, "Well, what am I getting for my membership dollars?" Well, the programs are there. The platform is there. The opportunity to take that. Governance is there. Where we're working with legislators, we're working with OSHA, trying to settle on how to protect chimney sweeps while they're on the roof, and making it amicable for their companies to do business. Because we know sometimes politics can play the words differently for what they expect, and our job as the National Chimney Sweep Guild is to make sure that we're fighting for our members and their safety. Now, safety is the ultimate. Everybody wants to get on the roof and get off the roof only when they desire to get off the roof. And I learned that a long time ago. So if we can help them by legislation, by supporting that, by any of those means, that's what our job is.
Right. And, one of the functions that the Guild has been doing for years is representing and enacting changes to building code standards and in the standards and also in the codes, because y'all actually have representation at places like the National Fire Protection Association, which sets standards for fireplaces, venting systems, gas, the National Fuel Gas Code. You also have representatives at the IRC, which is the International Residential Code. And what the Guild works towards is not to make it easier for the chimney sweep. Rather, when we see that there is changes needed in codes and standards, then we lobby to make those changes. And that's been going on since way before your entry into this group. And that's part of the stuff that you guys do that maybe people don't look at, is how the National Chimney Sweep Guild has lobbied for the safety of consumers for many, many years. Would you agree with that, Tom?
I wholeheartedly agree with that. And that's the backbone of this organization. Many people don't understand. Sometimes people think the Guild is kind of just cruising along. And I kind of relate it to, we're like ducks on a pond. While we look like we're smooth across the water, boy, we're just beating our feet underneath the water to try to get where we're going and try to get our membership into a position to where safety and working with government agencies will allow them to have the best coverage in the industry. And that's a big thing, because people are trying, the industry is trying to change. And we've got people on NFP 31, which is the gas program. We have the NFPA 211. We sit on all these programs, and we continue to have input into what's going on in the world and in the industry.
Right. So let's remind people, we are not the National Fire Protection Association, but we do represent ourselves there on their 211, their 54, their 31 committees. But, a lot of consumers aren't aware that the National Fire Protection Association, which is not a group of chimney sweeps, recommends that you have your chimney checked annually. So, Tom, why is a member of the National Chimney Sweep Guild, why is he the perfect person to do this service?
Because he follows a code of standards. And when you become a member of the National Chimney Sweep Guild, or you become a certified chimney professional or a certified chimney reliner, you abide by a set of standards, ethics, codes that we believe are in the best interest of the consumer. And while it may seem old hat that, we take an oath and we promise, that's what we do. We promise the consumer that we will get the training and knowledge and provide a service at the highest ethical standard that's available in the industry. And our members, our certified chimney professionals, that's their goal, and that's what they take on when they take that, because it actually sits on the back of the badge. We have a list of items that we abide by.
Yeah. So Tom, if somebody's got a chimney that stinks, they smell it, is that something that an NCSG member can help the consumer resolve?
Absolutely, absolutely, and that's a good telltale sign to call a chimney professional. If you can smell your fireplace is dirty. There is
Yeah.
an issue, and that's I cannot tell you in my 20 years as a certified chimney sweep, how many times I've told people they've called me and said, I'm getting a strange smell from my fireplace. And I say, don't use that fireplace. And they go, really? And I go, really? And the only reason I say that is because I did have a customer call, said, my fireplace smells terrible. And I said, don't use that fireplace. Sadly, they used it and they burned their house down. And it was devastating for them. It was devastating for me that I couldn't be there prior to that happening. And that's, again, that ethical belief in our business and our organization that we want people to be safe. And safe is a relative term, but we want people to be able to operate their system with confidence, knowing that it's been cleaned, inspected, and certified by a true professional, certified chimney professional.
Okay, so let's go through a couple things, Tom, and let's pinpoint out some issues. So number one, if we got a stinky fireplace when you turn the air conditioner on, or the day after you use the fire, you've had your fire on, is that a time to call a chimney sweep to check it out?
Absolutely.
Okay, so here's another one to help consumers out. If you walk outside, look at your chimney, and you see that the brick are different colors, you see black staining or white staining on the outside of the brick, is that a time to call a member of the National Chimney Sweep Guild? Can they resolve that issue?
Yes, they can. And that is a telltale sign of other issues within the chimney. The white shows we have water penetration, we have efflorescence. Going on inside the thing. We have moisture migrating outside through the chimney to the outside, and our people, our members know that. We train over and over and over on those things. So yes, that's a time to call.
Okay, so here's another one. If you look at your fireplace and you see black staining where the smoke is stained above the fireplace opening, is that a situation to call a chimney sweep? And can your members resolve that problem?
Absolutely. What that is showing is maybe the chimney isn't tall enough to create enough positive draw within it to get the flow going through the chimney. So yes, you can call a certified chimney professional from the National Chimney Sweep Guild. We can come out, we can diagnose your problems. Yes, staining is a good example of the firebox may be too big for the flue that's in there. And we all contractors are the greatest people in the world, but a lot of them have no experience in building fireplaces, but they swear they can. And that is difficult. That just creates problems for the homeowner, but also it creates an opportunity for us to solve that for the homeowner.
Okay, so Brandy just posted a link on here. So if you're watching us right now, you can go to that website right there. And Tom, if they go to that website, it's going to give them a company that's a member of the National Chimney Sweep Guild. Am I correct?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Brandy just shared another link, which is certifiedchimneyprofessionals.com. And that is your certifying agency that is now under the National Chimney Sweep Guild. So if they go to that link, they're going to get individual technicians that have passed your accreditation, your certification. Am I correct?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. And this will all be coming. You mentioned earlier that we've got a lot of changes, a lot of things happening. All of this will be coming under one roof. The back room technology of getting everybody transferred into the program, getting the program up, giving a new look to the organization. All of these opportunities where you can find a professional will be within the next couple of weeks, much easier for a consumer to click on and get a certified chimney professional without going to multiple web pages.
Gotcha. So you've got an upgraded website that's getting ready to roll out. Is that what I'm understanding?
Absolutely. we are rebranding the entire organization. And a lot of people, they were very kind. During the Chimney Expo, we were giving stuff away, free will offering. And people go, what's going on? And we said, listen, we're going to rebrand the organization. We're going to have a new look, new streamlined look, just like the organization needed to have. And this will all be rolling out, how we support our members in a new online platform, a website with state-of-the-art technology to help business owners and certified chimney professionals track what's going on in their business, who needs education, what kind of education is available. All of that will be available on our new website.
Got you covered. So there's a lot of changes. Let me ask you this, Tom. How you guys got the energy to do this? How are you finding the manpower to take this forward? I mean, is this just a couple volunteers around the country, or how are you making these things happen, Tom?
So there was a division in the organization, in our organization. We used to share a building with another company or another nonprofit, and we left that affiliation and we now are with Amplified Association Management. These are the best people in the industry. They have a myriad of people that are dedicated to the organization, that have the skills. So it's like marketing. You get 11 volunteers in a room. We have and we're all business owners. We know how to market our company, but a nonprofit, the National Chimney Sweep Guild, we have the best people that are trained. That's their goal. They are experts in those fields, and every aspect of our association now is built on that process of the association manages the guild. We are still in charge of the overall organization, the president and the vice president and all of that. But the behind the scenes work are done by people with, again, I bragged a lot at the expo and I said, we've got the best people. All we have to do is take them off the shelf when we need them. And because they're working with other associations, with other nonprofits, that they're helping them. And then when we need their help, they come to us. And then when we ask for this, they send that expert in it. Just like our accountant is a forensic accountant. I never even heard of a forensic accountant. But there is a guy that's all he does. And he is an expert at that skill. And he can organize your accounts and understand where your trends are. And now that's a better organization management skill. And our members deserve that. They need to know that what we went to, what we went from, and what we went to is 1,000 times better, because the people are there that we need to let this organization thrive and grow. And that has to be the new idea: thrive and grow, not just sustain. It's thrive and grow.
Right. If you look on the screen again, Brandy just added, and Brandy's worked as a volunteer with y'all. I mean, it's amazing how much time Brandy can donate to different causes and all that. She's out doing medical stuff and all kinds of things, but yet she deducts a lot. She donates a lot of her time. And you can see there she's made a statement that Easton and Heather are top notch. So I can't even pronounce Easton's last name. I hope that doesn't upset him if he's listening. But tell him a little bit about Easton. He's a young guy, but Tom, he seems like he's full of energy and he's very energetic and seems very well versed in how to run an association. Would I be correct?
You would be absolutely. Our executive director, also is an executive director to other associations. When he is working with us on issues and growing our organization, he brings a set of skills from his background. Yes, he does look young. I wish I looked that young, but yes, he does look young. But there's a guy with so much education behind him, public relations, public speaking. I mean, he's got degrees on top of degrees. And that's what you need in this. You need people that have skills. Yes, you want people that are dedicated and loyal and committed, but they need to have the skills and need to know how to implement those skills. And I have had a few talks with Easton, and he has reminded me that while I am the president and I'll only be the president for 3 years, his goal is that the organization, long after I'm gone, is continually succeeding with whoever fills my chair. And Heather, she's just our educational coordinator now, as far as what's going on within the organization for study, for that entry level exam, things like that. That's what she specializes in for all associations. So when we ask her a question, she goes, "Oh yeah, we've done that before over here, and this is how to do that." So that makes just the investment that our members make when they write that check, because that check is coming up here in September, October. We're going to write our checks for our membership. They need to say to themselves, "My money is going towards a good organization that is committed to me, committed to my sweeps, committed to me growing my business." And we're committed. That is the biggest thing. We want businesses to grow. Now, I'm a small one truck operator. People go, "You got a lot of trucks?" I go, "No, it's just me." In fact, one of our members checked on me today, and I was putting on a chimney chase, and I said, "I'm just getting a little old for this. The chimney's getting a little taller." But the opportunities for us to support our members, truly support our members, and to change how the industry looks on a whole is something we're excited about. We know we have the team on board, ready to go to support our members as we move forward.
Right. And another person, like Randy just pointed out up here, and she posted, is Brittany. And Brittany was actually with you when you were based in Indianapolis and stayed with the association through the transition. So Brittany, she's a gold nugget star also, isn't she?
Absolutely. Brittany came to the organization right during that transition from our separation in Indianapolis. And Brittany had hidden skills, hidden talents. When we started talking about the Chimney Expo and the convention, she goes, "I come from that background. I have that experience." She worked as a events coordinator in a hotel, and that, for our organization, that's another aspect, another key to making the industry successful. And again, our members value in what we're doing better for everybody.
Right. And Tom, I want you to know, number one, you sound like a guy that is really enthused over where you're going. Would that be true?
I am so excited for this organization. I'm excited for our members, but I'm also excited for this organization. I've sat on this board for several years, and while the transition shook the industry, it's what was needed. And where it's going is where it's supposed to be. Yeah. And I can't think of a greater opportunity to serve our industry and to leave it up. I know with the people I have right now that are supporting me in my role, the directors, we're like the band of brothers. You can't go through what we went through and not be galvanized together. And that's where we're at. And all of those directors represent all of our members across the country, and they have your voice. All you got to do is reach out to them. Our directors are there to help, to listen, and to bring your thoughts, what you want to see happen, bring back that to the board where some action will be taken.
Well, Tom, I want you to know I sat in that seat for 6 years, as you're well aware. And I feel extremely confident. I feel very good about the direction that you guys are headed to. I think you have turned a corner, and I see some really big stuff happening down the road. And I got a lot of confidence in you, bro. So, just carry forward, and you stay on that path you're on. I'm seeing a lot of success going. Is there anything else you'd like to add in before we end this broadcast today?
Well, I just want everybody to remember that the National Chimney Sweep Guild was established in 1977, and we service those who serve America's chimneys. You, the guy on the ground, you, the business owner. Our job is to support you and to do whatever you need to help you get to the next level, and we're here to do that. We are dedicated to you. Yes, we got to run our own business. And yeah, I was putting on chimney caps and sweeping chimneys and doing a dryer event today. But I am committed to making time for this organization whenever it needs to be so that we can continue to grow. So we appreciate you. We look forward to having more members. And our new credential holders from that are certified chimney professionals. We're just excited to have you, and we're glad that we're all under one roof.
Okay. Well, Tom, I appreciate you taking your time out today. Appreciate you joining me. I'm really grateful for you to share and being as open as you are and open to input, open to criticism, everything else. So let's end this. If there's someone needs to get in touch with the president of the National Chimney Sweep Guild, what's the best way for them to get in touch with you, Tom?
You can reach me at tom@iowachimneysweep.com. Well, I'll have an NCSG email sooner or later. But right now, if you need to reach me, you can reach me at tom@iowachimneysweep.com.
There you go. That's tom@iowachimneysweep.com. So this was Tom Hunkel. He's the president of the National Chimney Sweep Guild. This is the association that represents those who service America's fireplaces, chimneys, and venting systems, or dryer vents. This very important role, and he represents an industry that's really concerned about their membership. My name's Jerry Eisenhower. I'm with CVC Success Group, and our mission is to help people turn their business dreams into their business realities. So if myself or my team can ever assist you in any way, please reach out to us. We're here. We're real easy to find. It's as simple as info@cvcsuccessgroup.com. And with that, Tom, I want to thank you once again, and we are going to end this broadcast for today. Thank you, sir, very, very much.
Take care. Thank you.